Hey, welcome back everyone. It is now the end of August of 2022, and ever since the very end of The Mandalorian Season 2, the Kenobi series, and the Book of Boba Fett, a lot of Star Wars fans have really been looking forward to what Jon and Dave have in store next, with shows out there like Mando 3 and Mando 4, as well as the Ahsoka Tano series and more to arrive as well. This is Mike Zero. Make sure to subscribe if you are new to the channel for future Star Wars updates. Also, by the way guys, make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support. It is greatly appreciated. Now, one thing about the new universe is that, yes, they will be taking a lot of highlights from Star Wars Legends, be it, of course, Shadows of the Empire, Dark Empire, the New Jedi Order, the Throne Trilogy, and a whole lot more that's going to become a part of this new universe. Now, given that Favreau has been a lot more talkative recently and unveiling new details about some of the shows out there like Mando 3 and 4 and Ahsoka, there's a lot of things happening and going on between Favreau and Filoni to really figuring out exactly what's going to satisfy the fans the most. They're basically trying to find ways to balance things out between Legends and the canon, and how to accurately portray Legends to come back into fruition. Now, when we look at everything related to the Ahsoka series specifically, there is a lot of things happening with that show, and Jon and Dave are pitching the idea to Disney executives to even make it into a multi-season show to really just take as much, advantage of the live-action Rebels aspect of it, because that's basically what Ahsoka's going to be. It's going to be a live-action version of Star Wars Rebels, mixed in with a lot of new surprises. So, with that being said, alright, moving forward from all of that, alright, this is where things begin to really progress, is that with both Disney and Lucasfilm now developing their new shows and projects that will be announced in the near future, creators Favreau and Filoni are also beginning to work on their new Star Wars shows that will be announced at Celebration next year. However, recently Jon Favreau was able to reveal more about his plan for the future of Star Wars and seemingly confirmed some of the Star Wars developments that have been happening behind the scenes. Favreau went on to state the following to the fans: "Myself and Dave have been working very hard on Star Wars Ahsoka and putting so many things together that's only going to connect the story more across all the shows that we have mapped out. One question I'm always questioned that I will ever see, of course, is how Luke Skywalker met and made the story of Ahsoka Tano and Luke, and exactly how they met. The answer is yes, we have that in the cards, and it's going to be quite something on exactly how we are going to establish that storyline and how it will involve new Legends of Darth Vader. That's about as far as I will go for that. As far as new villains for the Ahsoka series, we are 100% on bringing in fan-favorite villains from the Star Wars Rebels series, as well as many locations that have been seen in Rebels will be revisited in the Ahsoka show. Our major goal is to keep expanding the story of Luke through, of course, since I love this character so dearly, many of the characters that I will also be coming into this with the big story that we are crafting will also involve some of Luke Skywalker's Jedi students that's going to be presented in future seasons of Mandalorian and other shows that we are working on. But I will leave it at that without revealing too much. Now, let me pause here real quick. Now, the thing about Favreau that really kind of shows us that he cares about the fans is that he is taking a lot of elements, as we can already see, from Legends. In Legends, Luke Skywalker has a handful of Jedi students, and the same exact thing goes as follows for the canon. But what Jon Favreau is now doing is that he is retconning Luke Skywalker's Jedi students, and we talked about this before in the past of how they are setting this all up for the Ahsoka series and for Mandalorian Season 4 and more, that we are going to be getting brand new Jedi students of Luke in comparison to what we saw in the Rise of Kylo Ren comic books. In those comics, alright, the Jedi students of his are very much different in comparison to what Favreau and Filoni are currently developing, which, by the way, are going to be far older, one of which is going to be Kyle Katarn. Now, we already know also that everything related to the Disney Star Wars universe is that they want to make sure that Legends is going to be as accurate as possible that they can really do. So, moving forward from that, alright, given that Favreau basically and seemingly confirmed everything related to the leaks out there that we talked about that is going to involve the moment that Luke and Ahsoka meet will be visited in the Ahsoka series, and that Mark Hamill was, yes, indeed involved in the Ahsoka Tano show. Now, this also has a lot to do with the fact that what we talked about a month ago, one of the sets that were being built, alright, in studio, actually involved a full-fledged scene that's going to involve Ahsoka and Luke. At the time, we weren't quite sure exactly what it entailed, but now we do. It has something to do with the legends of Darth Vader being exchanged between these two characters. Favreau also basically confirming that, of how that is going to be a focus in the future of the Mandoverse. And we can see that already there have been, Darth Vader scenes that were filmed for the Ahsoka series. As you all know, we talked about this a couple of weeks ago, many of which have already been completed. There's no word if Hayden was in the suit or if it was somebody else that actually portrayed Vader in the suit. That's currently unclear. So we'll talk about that a little bit later once we learn more about that. But moving forward from all of this, separate from what Favreau said here, this all alludes to the scenes that have been set up for Star Wars Ahsoka that is going to explore how Ahsoka met Luke and how this will spawn some flashbacks of Darth Vader that were filmed for the Ahsoka series. Now, the general idea by Favreau and Filoni through storyboarding is, of course, what was recently filmed involves Ahsoka revealing new tales of Darth Vader to Luke about his father, and also Luke revealing to Ahsoka that he actually reconnected with his father in the Netherworld. It's described to be a very detailed exchange between both characters that were very close to Anakin and Vader, and sharing new truths and revelations to each other about him. Now, this scene was recently completed by Favreau and Filoni, and is being worked on in post-production for the time being. Now, both Rosario Dawson and Mark worked on this scene extensively that uses brand new technology by ILM that will create an even more realistic version of Luke Skywalker, where Filoni is making sure that fans are going to be very happy with the Ahsoka series. So here's a very big hint for you all. If you liked the Book of Boba Fett episode 6, where Luke Skywalker appears with Grogu and he's training him, and both Din and Ahsoka arrive on Alsus, it is going to be like that. The type of funness, I guess you could say, I'm not quite sure what word to really use here, but that type of good feeling that Dave Filoni likes to call it, that good feeling, he always brings this up, that feeling that you felt in the Book of Boba episode 6 is going to be pretty much the majority of the tone for the Ahsoka show. And that's perfect, because that's what a lot of fans have really been asking for. We got a lot of things coming for Sabine Wren, Era Syndulla, Ahsoka, Ezra, Thrawn, Luke, Anakin, and Vader. And that's just the very beginning. So there's a lot of things at play here, and I think that Favreau and Filoni, this is basically going to be pretty much, their moment to shine. It really is. 2023 is going to be a very big year for them. The Mandalorian Season 3 is also going to set things up for Season 4, so looking forward to that as well. Anyways, guys, drop a comment below. Let me know what you guys have to say about this below in the comments, and if you guys did enjoy the content for today, make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.